made sausage rolls with me, I've put sage and onion stuffing in them, and I think they are brilliant. The full video will be up on my YouTube channel. Puff pastry. So you could use ready rolls, but it depends how much you want to have, and I find with a block I make more, and in my opinion more is better. Why have less when you could have more? Do you know what I mean? Lob it in half, roughly, has not got to be perfect. Set one aside so you've got some aside. With plain flour, I'm going to sprinkle some so I've got a pile. Hopefully it won't go flying like normal. And I've got a great big hole in my bag. I've just ripped it on a second, and that's made a pile of mesh. You can't even see, but roll it so it's even. Hasn't got to be perfect because it's homemade, and homemade is brilliant anyway. With pork sausage meat, pepper. How much do you think? And a little sprinkle of salt. Just to start off by sprinkling a little bit of flour in. You want to, this is plain flour, just so it's, you don't want it wet, but you don't want it dry. My favourite stuffing, this one's my favourite, I think it's brilliant. I'm going to get that made, so then I let that cool down. So I don't want the stuffing like melt the pastry. That's like worst case scenario, you know. Every time I do stuffing, whichever one it is, I always got to add a dollop of butter, because I just think it makes it even better than what it already is. Just right, spread it about, get your hands involved if you have to. Don't matter, does it? And then just sort of like, so it's relatively even, but again, ain't got to be perfect, just go with it. And I love this stuffing, so I actually cook this stuffing by the box, like in the oven and that, and I sit and eat it. I really like it, seriously. I think it is brilliant. Really daring, right? I know, look at me go. I'm gonna load them both up with stuffing at the same time. I have my meat, I've halved it, so it's ready to go. I'm gonna fill the flour and just sort of get the hair out of my eye. There we go. And then just mix it in. Again, you don't want this really dry, but again, you want to be able to mush it about a bit. And then just roll it till you get your sausage shape. It hasn't got to be perfect, like I keep saying. Get up, or maybe break it in half, you know, that really helps the situation. Then just sort of plonk it on and then mash it down a bit. Egg wash, and that's going to act as the glue. Flop it over, and then just sort of help it sort of sit flat. And then you can either use a fork or your fingers. I'm going for fingers, and just squidge it together. So just chop them into whatever size I feel like. Sometimes I go mini, but today I feel like jazzing it up and making them a little bit bigger. I mean, very carefully, try not to cut all the way through the pastry. Do a little line, or do whatever pattern you want. I'm doing a little line, long line, little line on all of them. Egg wash all of them, and then get them in the oven. Right, I've just taken the stuffing ones out of the oven, and they're done. What do you reckon? Them onto a plate. Look at that. What do you reckon? I think they are looking absolutely brilliant. Look at the goldeniness on that. Like, look at them for a sausage roll. Like, that is brilliant.